Bonsoir. Good evening. Dobrý večer, priatelia. Monsieur le Président Jean-Marie Lemeny, mon ami Jaime Mayor Oreja. Dear friends, I am very happy to be here with you. I am one of you, one of us, one of the family, and we need to believe and to think like being one of, because there is great connection between the two notions of this title. Everybody is original, authentic, irreplaceable, created as individual, but invited to create community, family, human family, mankind. And this unity in diversity is so important for the whole world today that we can say there are many deficits, there are many problems in Europe, especially deficit in security, deficit in economy or financial terms, but the major, most visible, most important deficit is deficit of humanity. Deficit of relationship and responsibility vis-à-vis the other person. We discussed today in our European institutions, in our European Union, mostly migration crisis, but more than 1 million unborn beings, persons, is more critical call for action. And so I am very happy that tonight in Paris we act. Today will be remembered because we need action which will help life to progress, to come back to Europe, to the continent which is so important, and to make it again area of hope, area of hope. I welcome this forum. I came here also to contribute a bit from Slovak point of view with Miroslav Mikulášik, Anna Zaborská, and many friends from Forum Života and Donu Vite. I'm so happy that small country has such numerous representation here. It's good. It's good for Slovakia, good for Europe. We have action plan, we have a network, and tonight we launch a federation. This is something where I see a promise, because success comes with three combinations: hard-working, team-working, and networking. So we need all to work hard, starting with itself, myself, yourself. Then to combine synergy in our teams, because it's about ethics, not so much mathematics. And then network all over the world, and especially now with this forum in Europe. Each human being, born or unborn, is one of us. And I think that the most important issues for solving the problems of the time, of our 21st century, are two major inputs: sound reason and living consciousness. Sound reason and living consciousness. If these two are used in our families, in our governments, in our countries, in our nations, in our institutions, I think we will find a way which will be reasonable, proper, sustainable, human, efficient. If not, then we are problem makers. I call upon you to be people of reason and consciousness. Slovakia is a small country in the middle of the continent, rather culturally, mentally, not so much geographically. Geography is important, but it's given. But mentality and culture is important for our relationship. We have a big delegation here, but we came as people who believe that Europe should be community of values. Values matter most. And this is the most important at home where we live, but also in our Europa Nostra. So what we did in recent years, there were pros and cons. We have majority leftist government, which, for example, promoted in the last 4 years and even 8 years very much gender ideology. They adopted action plan on gender equality with gradual and very visible impact on labor market, instruments on education, on penal code, and etc. they adopted new national strategy on human rights, where gender ideology is a departure philosophy. I must say that gender ideology is the most dangerous and urgent threat to our values. It is a dangerous threat to human dignity and human freedom. On the other side, we were not reluctant, and we have succeeded in several important items. Christianity and values-driven policies achieved, for example, the ban or not sort of release of permission to use chemical abortus, chemical abortion, because morning after pill was not allowed to be used at our industry in medical assistance. We have succeeded also to improve abortion law on so-called informed consent and to the obligatory pause before the action taken. But much more intense is now progress of the public awareness. In Slovakia, you could witness 2 major marches, national marches for life in Bratislava, capital city, and Košice, which were the biggest gatherings of people since revolution in 1989, Annus Mirabilis. This speaks by itself, that revolution then, freedom, and now life, culture of life, joy of life, is so important to our people, especially to young generation. I'm so very happy. We had a referendum on life, on family, which was quite strong on messaging what is important for family in Slovakia for future to lawmakers. And one small paragraph on Christian-Democrats in Slovakia. We are authentic party which drives inspiration from Christian tradition, inspiration, ethics. And I'm sure that Europe and Slovakia as well need this sort of policies where Christianity, reason and faith are meeting and bringing answers, not questions. Some Spanish and Italian friends asked me, please bear the flag highly, visibly, and we shall support you. And so we did. We brought the flag of values to European institutions. And for example, in 2012, we have achieved incorporation of Sunday for All clause into EPP program manifesto. In 2014, we have achieved, after a quite strong and demanding process, amendment to Slovak constitution where 2 sentences were included. One says, marriage is a unique union between a man and a woman. And yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for your applause. This is important also for you, for Europe, not only for Slovakia. And the second sentence speaks, Slovak Republic shall protect marriage comprehensively and shall promote its good. It means also action of a state powers, state levels on all levels of public policy vis-a-vis good and needs of marriages and families. With Slovakia, now there is a compact line of European countries from Lithuania, Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Croatia, down to further countries where marriage is protected and promoted as a base for family. We have also participated and supported referenda in Croatia and Slovenia. These were important and positive, successful. 2015, we have adopted in the EPP Parliamentary Assembly a resolution on family mainstreaming in the European Union. It says in one sentence, what is good for family is good for Europe. You agree? It's true. And last not least, 4th of February, European Parliament adopted a resolution against the genocide against minorities, religious minorities, genocide committed by the so-called ISIS, Islamic State. It is an important resolution, and there is a point referring to promotion of the fight for religious freedom in the world by the European Union. First time ever, European Union speaks for religious freedom in the world and is committed from the EP, European Parliament side, to establish a special representative for this portfolio. I think this is urgent action. This is also very important for real freedom, freedom of conscience and religion in the world from Europe. I want to conclude my comments and contribution by recalling our founding father and inspirator from France, Robert Schuman. He spoke about Europe as a cradle of democracy, which is true, as a leader of humanity. To be really, also today, cradle of democracy and leader of humanity means for Europe that human dignity in Europe must be respected and must be promoted. For such vision and progress of humanity, education, upbringing of our children is important. The role of families, in families, and with schools is also crucial. We need teachers who understand values, because values matter most. We see that young voters today in Slovakia, in Austria, in many countries vote for extremists. Human person is subject, never object of policies, never and neither commodity. John Paul II said, support of life is nobody's monopoly. It is role and responsibility of all. With this in mind, I want to share with you one creed, one motto. A liberal society says, Leben und Leben lassen, live and let to live. Our society, our federation should promote motto or creed, live and help to live. Leben und Leben helfen. This is much more important and much more fruitful for the future of Europe. I thank you. Thank you. I see that you agree with all I say, so I will shorten my conclusion by one special quote, which I like from Pope Francis. My dear friends, my dear colleagues, let's say yes to love and no to hatred, to egoism. Let's say yes to life and no to the death. God bless this community. Thank you very much.